Okay, so now, back to part 2, I guess, as to why I was demanding that apology on the internet from Jim Day. Basically, you know, I lost my home. I'm a single mom, and it really killed me to be evicted out of my apartment. And I was evicted due solely to Jim Day's deceptions, due to his appearance's sake marriage, due to his wife showing up on my doorway drunk as a skunk and causing quite the scene. And, you know, the following morning after that little altercation took place on my doorway, I received an eviction notice on my door, and I honored it. I moved. I didn't want to stay where I wasn't wanted. And I figured I could move into an apartment out here in California. And, well, you know, apparently I was wrong. I went to a few complexes, and they told me I couldn't move in because of the fact that I had been evicted due to domestic violence, and so I was not allowed to move in. So I called Jim Day and asked him to give me an apology in the paper that he appears in, with the assumption that that apology would show the landlords that, you know, my eviction was due to his deceptions, not due to any, I guess, malicious actions on my part. So, yeah, he said no, because no way am I going to give you that apology. It'll hold me liable in a court of law, but I'll give you a personal written apology. And I took that personal written apology to the landlord, and they said it wasn't even notarized. So how were they to know that it was even legitimate and that, you know, it was going to take more than that? So, again, I begged, I pleaded, I cried on the phone. He said no, he would not give me that apology because as far as he was concerned, you know, I'm just a stupid stripper. So I was a bit insulted, to say the least. And, yeah, that apartment, I loved living in Vegas. I was really sorry to leave it, and I lost my job. I lost my home, and I had to pack up everything and go, and I was pretty distraught. So I decided I needed a way to vent. I needed a way, I guess, to decipher what had actually transpired. And so I created a website called thepoliticsofjimday.com, and, you know, I published all the pictures of our relationship for the 7 years we were together, clearly proving that I was not only telling the truth that this man was leading a double life, but that he was not camera shy. And a lot of those pictures he took. And, you know, I even tried telling the judge, I'm like, why am I in trouble for this? I don't get it. These pictures clearly, you know, I'm not holding the camera. You know, it's my face you see. That's not a camera I'm holding, obviously. And, yeah. And the deputies, you know, they were looking at it, the site, and instead they kept saying, you know, we don't understand why you're in here for embarrassing somebody. You are the first, we'll give you that. But, you know, if you belong in jail for anything, and I just still, you know, they kept saying it was for revealing that I actually enjoyed having sex with a man that has a 3-inch dick. I like to joke and say, even though, you know, he fucked me over, at least he fucked me good. But the fact remains, he's married, and him and his wife, I guess, you know, they'll hurt whoever they got to hurt to maintain that appearance of fake marriage. But I didn't feel that I deserved to suffer, that my son deserved to suffer, or anybody who surrounds me deserved to suffer simply so a man could have sex. And because a man who wanted sex didn't feel he had a, I guess, responsibility to at least admit his deceptions were intentional. And so, okay, I was stupid. I thought I'd get an apology from a man who hurt me, and, you know, I learned my lesson. I'll never get an apology, apparently. But, and, you know, who cares about that apology now, because it's completely worthless. I mean, at the time it didn't seem like it, but I now realize, yeah, that apology, coming from a man who lacks a conscience, coming from a man who clearly clearly doesn't care who he hurts, as long as he gets what he wants in this world.